Hi everyone, I'm Lorraine from Simply English Edinburgh, and today we're going to do a video based on part 3 of the CAE, that's the Cambridge Advanced exam. And yeah, I'm going to have some volunteers helping me with this video who have kindly agreed to be filmed and to take part, 2 of my own students. So yeah, let's get to it. So what is part 3? First of all, part 3 is the collaborative task, and in this part of the exam there is a strong focus on interactive communication, so working with your partner or your group of 3, because it could be a group of 3 as well, that's another possibility. And this is not like your time to shine, your time to like completely dominate your partner. It needs to be a conversation. Okay, and there are 4 main things really that the examiners will be looking out for in this interactive piece, and that is your ability to ask questions to your partner, also how well you're going to respond to the questions that you were asked, how well you can maintain the conversation, so kind of keep the flow going, and eventually you will also be expected to reach some sort of conclusion, to make a decision with your partner. Okay, so you are given a task which looks something like what we've got on the screen just now. You're given a topic with a question and some factors basically that are going to lead the discussion that you're going to have. They're going to lead the conversation. Now, if you have 5 topics, you're not expected that in the 2 minutes you will be able to talk about all of them. You should be aiming to discuss 4 of them. If you've got 6, you should be aiming to talk about 5. So you should be able to cover the majority. You're not expected to cover absolutely every point, so you don't have to worry about that. So, first of all, you will be having a 2-minute discussion if you're a pair, a 3-minute discussion if you're a group of 3, based on all of the factors that are in front of you. The examiner will then stop you and you will be asked a question because you will need to make a decision based on the topic. Okay, you then have 1 minute if you're a pair, 2 minutes if you're a group of 3, to reach some sort of a conclusion together. Okay, so what we're going to do in this video is, first of all, I'm going to have a look with you at some of the relevant language that you can use throughout, and then we're going to meet the volunteers and have a look at a sample from the exam. So, first of all, you need to be able to ask your partner questions, and I often feel when I'm working in this part of the exam with my own students, they fall back on the vocabulary that they know of old, like, what do you think? Do you agree? Okay, and that's fine, but you could be asking more interesting questions like, what do you reckon? Are we on the same page? How do you feel about this? What's your opinion on that topic? Did I forget anything? Did I leave anything out? Would you like to add anything extra? Okay, so these are other ways that you can ask your partner in order to engage them in conversation. When you are asked a question, it's not enough to just say, yeah, I agree, the same, something like that. Again, you want to be giving a little bit more information. We are on the same page. I see eye to eye with you. Adding like words like, I absolutely, totally, wholeheartedly, completely, fully agree with you. I couldn't agree more. Be dramatic. So state how much you agree or disagree with your partner. Okay, maybe you only partially agree with them. If that's the case, then you can expand on your answer and tell us a little bit why that is the case. Maybe you completely disagree with what they have said. Okay, again, that gives you something that you can expand on. So all of this is language that you can use throughout in order to show off some interesting vocabulary. After the discussion, you will be asked to come to some sort of an agreement, to make a decision with your partner. Okay, it's useful to have some language to get rid of some of the factors that you've already discussed. So vocabulary like rule out, get rid of, remove, eliminate, take away. Okay, that gives you a couple of things that you can then focus on. And finally, when you do reach an agreement with your partner, I think it's really important that you actually state the obvious. It's like, you know, when you're doing your driving test and like you're all like checking your mirrors and making sure everything's okay, like nobody drives like that. Well, maybe you should, but I definitely don't. It's the same in the exam. You need to show off. You need to demonstrate to the examiner that, look at me, we have reached an agreement. We have come to a conclusion. We are in agreement that we agree on this one being the best or our favourite or whatever it is. So just make sure that you are really explicit and that the examiner is in no doubt about the fact that you have actually reached an agreement. So yeah, just a couple of final things before we meet the students, a couple of like disclaimers. First of all the material that we're using in these videos is my own material. It is material which has been created to replicate what comes up in the exam. It is not official exam material from Cambridge, but it is like, it's similar stuff. It's basically stuff that I have had created to work on with my own students. The students who are participating in this video are my own students. They are volunteers. They are not necessarily ready to take the exam right now, but they have been preparing to take it in maybe a couple of months' time, depending on lockdown and things like that. So yeah, this is not like a perfect example, and they are not students who are necessarily ready to take the exam like in the morning, okay? But they will be taking it, so just to note that as well. And finally, I am not a Cambridge assessor, I'm not an examiner. I am a teacher who prepares students to take these exams, so I will not be giving a grade at the end of this. This video is just to give you an idea about what the exam looks like and some vocabulary, and yeah, just to see a really nice sample of how it works. So now that all that part is out of the way, let's go and meet the volunteers.
Hello everyone, I'm Pedro González from Spain, from Madrid. I'm 26 and I'm a student of Simply English, one of the best academies in the world.
Hiya, I'm Sarah, I'm from the north of Spain. I'm nowadays living in Edinburgh and I'm studying for taking the exam in Advanced English.
Okay, so we're now going to look at part 3 of the exam, and in this part you can see a topic in front of you, a question with a number of different factors. So first of all, you have a moment to look at the task. And when you're ready, you have 2 minutes to discuss all of these factors together. So when you're ready, you can start.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind, I can start off, for example, with the first topic related with zero-waste lifestyle. That in this case, that is a good choice for saving the planet because it's based on use less natural resources and produce less waste and have to go to the landfill. So I think that could be useful. What do you reckon?
Yeah. I'm on the same page as you, and I would like to say that recycling could be a pretty good point as well. Like choosing that zero waste lifestyle, I think that can be one of the part of the zero waste lifestyle. And in terms of saving plastics and taking care of this kind of area of the environment, what do you reckon about that?
No, I completely agree with you. I think in the same line of reduce the impact of consumer society could be the solar panels that in this case are good for the planet because you are using renewable resources and you sort out the problem with the air pollution and these kind of things. Do you see my point?
Yeah, I see your point. It's a pretty good investment for the governments to do that. Another quite good investment that could do it could be the tree plantation that can be pretty helpful for all the environment, like being at the land of the world. and taking oxygen and for the joy of the population there.
Yeah,
Do you agree?
Yeah, I see perfectly your point. And for only for closing the topic about the veganism, I think that it's more kind of personal behavior, but at the end, all the people have the choice of trying to do a better planet. So
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So I would now like you to work together to make a decision. And I want you to decide which factor do you think can have the most, like it can be the most beneficial for the environment. Okay, so which factor can be most beneficial for the environment? You have 1 minute to make a decision. So when you're ready, you can start.
okay, I think that we can start maybe ruling out of the topic related with the veganism because it's a thing very personal. Do you want to get rid of something else?
Yeah, I totally agree to read it off. To be honest.
And some,
Yeah, other point of the five that we have, solar panels, that is quite a pretty big investment, and it's something that depend on the government. I think that can read it off. I don't know if you agree. Do you agree?
Yeah, I completely agree. And maybe we can discard also recycling and zero waste lifestyle because they are related with production. So maybe it's necessary to go to the beginning of the chain, and maybe tree plantation could be obviously the most useful way for saving the planet. Do you see my point?
Yeah, I truly agree with all you say.
Okay, so I think that with the tree plantation we have an agreement.
Okay, perfect. Thanks very much. That's great. So that's it from me. A really big thank you to Sarah and Pedro for taking part today. I hope you found this video interesting, useful. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Stay tuned for more.